Can you play a C minor like this? How about E minor? Okay, now play A flat minor. Where is this going? Play H from the 5th and add the major 3rd. What the fuck? What just happened here? Let's break this down. So these evil sounds all come from the augmented scale. We have, if it's C augmented, not the whole tone scale that you know. The augmented scale that is combining two augmented triads. That's evil stuff. So C augmented is basically B augmented and C augmented combined into one scale. So what's interesting about it, like always are the triads within. So we have within the major augmented 3 major triads and 3 minor triads. Looking at each of the augmented triad from C as our anchor points, we have C major, C major, E major, and A flat major. That we can also play as minor, because the notes are a part of the scale. So we can also play C minor, E minor, and A flat minor. We can also extend them to major 7 chords. So we have major 7 and minor major. Major 7 chords and minor. This is when I'm combining them in major 7th chords, but I could also do C melodic minor, A flat melodic minor, no, not melodic minor, minor major I mean, and E minor major. And I can do both. So what I just did with this concept was playing each of the triads from the 5th. So if we are starting with C minor from the 5th, from G, it would look like this. And I'm added to the minor 3rd, the major 3rd. So that ends up being, and now I'll repeat the same shape over E. So that will sound like this. We start now here from B. So together we have same thing we're gonna do from A flat. So this is my A flat minor shape. So I'm gonna play it like adding the major 3rd to it. And there we go, we have it over 1 octave, the lower octave. And now we're starting the same notes an octave above. Since we play guitar, it sucks. We have to relearn everything. But no one forced you to play guitar. So C minor. And afterwards was E minor from the 5th, from here. And then A flat minor from the 5th. We can go down the same thing, but now we reverse the order. So major 3rd, minor 3rd, root 5th, all in A flat. Now the same thing in E, in C, root 5th, A flat, E, it sound like this. How'd you like that? You can play this sound over this crazy chord. That's a C major. You probably know this major 7 shell voicing, where you have the root, the major 3rd, and the major 7th. And I'm playing here also the minor 3rd, or sharp 9 in this case, when you want to be more correct. A major 7 sharp 9 chord. What? Yeah, I remember reading someone's composition it was about 10 years ago, I think, when I moved to Berlin, with a bunch of major 7 sharp 9 chords, and I looked at it like, what? Yeah, very confusing. Now I know what to do with such chords. So do I have it looped? Yeah. I can make it loop. That's just this chord. And try. To create lines using all these triads and whatnot, patterns that I've learned over the years. A very famous one is this. You probably had it. So, happy shredding. I'll make tabs for this, we'll see. But I have a bunch of lessons with tabs that you should check out on my Patreon. And when you do so, you support what I do, and I appreciate it a lot. So, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.